Am I cute? No. Is this cute? Wait. Is this cuter? Me to myself all the time. This is my 6th update. What do you think? You got your eye boogies? You're looking glamorous. But yeah, this is the 6th update for my Pan That / Those palette / eyeshadows. I should put my hair up because otherwise I will play with it. My Pan That palette side of the project is with brown sugar. You can see all the lettering wearing away. A lot of changes. So first things you're gonna notice, hey, weren't there like 2 pans here before? Hold. Okay, well, in an effort to go check on the cat, I've never dropped a palette before, and I've never shattered shades before. Here we are. So now it looks even more different. I'm not mad about it because then it means I get to experiment more with mixing shadows. But as you can see, so I dropped it and it landed on its little butt and Sorrel shattered completely. I didn't even drop it that far, like that height, but it hit just right. And I guess with like the pan in it, it is more sensitive. And this I pressed myself, so probably that's why that shattered. But Sorrel is completely shattered. It had a pan in it before. I saved the pan, so I'll make something new later. Maybe I'll scrape in some other shadow in and then I can hit pan again. And then Ginger, I saved that bit too. So don't worry, I lost very little shadow, but let me try to explain all the other changes that I did intentionally before dropping my palette. Chai, I had hit big pan on before, and now you can see it looks really kind of janky. I'll show pictures like up here or something of what the pans looked like before, but I did a makeup experiment with Chai and Ginger. So for Chai, I actually took one of the shadows in my pan, those eyeshadows side of the project, and I scraped at it to mix in with Chai. I scraped in enough that would fill this pan back up to the brim, and you can see there's already a dip. And Ginger, there was also another big dip in it, and I figured while I was experimenting with Chai, I can experiment with Ginger. I mixed in a shadow from Modern Renaissance, Vermeer, I believe. I came up with a couple names for these shadows. This shadow isn't just Chai anymore, it's Chaizy, which to me sounds like a bad word, and I need to look up if it is a bad word in any culture. And this is Verminger because it's Vermeer and Ginger mixed up. This is Chai and Kezi mixed up. But so this is Chaizy and this is Verminger now, okay? These are my makeup experiments and I'm gonna try hit pan on them again. This one I already was making a dip and you can kind of see it. But now I'm gonna have to repress it completely again. So I'll lose that dip. And other thing I wanted to mention, I almost forgot to mention it, and it's the most cool change, I guess, and that's in chalk. I hit pan today. Isn't that crazy? So I thought I was gonna hit pan on this a while ago. Chalk is all in my outer eye. I used it 16 times, and last month I had only used it 6 times. I'm using it in my outer eye when I make orangey looks, I'm using it in my outer eye when I make red looks, and neutral looks. So this is being used a lot. I was really determined about hitting pan towards the end of the month. Other thing I want to mention was there was an orange shadow that I rolled in last month, I think, or the month before that. I would have probably re-rolled it then if I realized how close of a color it was to amber. Kind of halted my usage on this completely this month. It's a shade from in here. That shadow from this palette is all out here for me. The only difference between those two shadows is that Amber is slightly brown, more brown toned, and the shadow in here is more powdery and brighter. But what I realized also is that in the months before, when I was doing this Pan That palette, I would always choose between Jamocha or Amber. Like if I pull out this palette, like which shadow would I want to put, like blow it out all over my eye? And I'd always pick between Jamocha or Amber. Now I'm trying to use Jamocha more instead while I have the shadow from here. As usual, I use henna every day for my eyebrows. I tried to do an experimental eyeliner look with this shadow, Sauté, and it didn't work, but it was fun to do. You're going to see it change a lot next month since I accidentally dropped it just now. But yeah, that's okay. Like, what are you going to do? I can fix it, so that's why I'm not too like upset. I finished the Vermeer shade when I mixed it with ginger. So I finished a shadow. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to be careful with brown sugar, and I'm going to do some makeup experiments later. I'll save all of these. Let me move them now before like the cat tips the bowl over or whatever. Okay, it's really tripping me out that she's not messing with it. Oh my god, yet. Okay, so she just jumped on my hand. Maybe I should fess up to you now, but I hit pan on two of the shadows. One I will explain because it's a special pan, and it's a kind of I owe you later pan, if that makes sense. I'm going to go in order of least amount of use to most amount of use. And the least amount of use is definitely Garnet Glam. I used it twice and I used it twice. One reason I didn't go for Garnet Glam so much this month was because I had a lot of other colors to choose from that I could have used for eyeliner. I have this for eyeliner and the shadow in here that I could have used for eyeliner. And since this shadow has been in my project longer, I kind of focused on this more. That's why this shadow kind of got neglected this past month. But it's probably going to be in here a while, so sorry about that. Again, my shadow from the Son palette is in the lower end of usage for me, but I used it more than I have in the past months. I think in past months I've used it 2 or 3 times. I'm realizing I'm actually kind of wary of green shadows, even though you can probably tell like I'm not afraid of color, I love color, but I'm realizing I'm kind of afraid of greens and blues, which I don't know what that's about. Let me just show you. So look at all that progress, okay? There we go. You can see it better there. By the middle of the month, I was thinking of trying to pan this palette in time for this update, but then I got burnt out. So the reason the dip is so deep is because I am using this for eyeliner looks. I used it 6 times this month, but I counted how many times I used it for eyeliner, and that was 4 times. I use this 4 times for eyeliner, and I'll pop a bunch of those looks up. And I got complimented quite a bit every time I used the dark green as an eyeliner. So that's where I'm like, okay, like you're kind of afraid of green, but it looks good on you, I guess, or at least people really find it interesting on you and like it. When I do use this for eyeliner, I have to do the eyeliner first because I do get fallout with this shade, and that could just be my inexperience with doing eyeliner with eyeshadow, or it could be the shadow, I don't know. I'm not used to doing my eyeshadow in general before everything else. I want to try a hit pan next month. We'll see if that happens, but that'd be really great. The next shadow I use the least is from my main squeeze palette, but I used it 7 times. So Sana used 6 times, this 7 times. I have a lot of colorful mattes in my project pan right now, and they're kind of hard to hit pan on. This is Like It's Hot. There's disturbance, but nothing exciting. I kind of want to show you a picture of Thank You Next and Meteorite compared to You Fancy and this shade Like It's Hot, because I think I'm just making a similar look like over and over again that's similar to the looks I did when I had Thank You Next and Meteorite together, and like I don't hate it. So I used this shadow in here 9 times. I really got into it during the second half of the month. I was really like loving how orange looked, and it just felt really fresh to me lately. Here's Rise and Grind. This one has more of a dip than Like It's Hot because it's a more powdery eyeshadow. So I'm more hopeful of this shadow getting hit pan on than the other shadow in this palette. I love it. I'm loving orange right now. I have this shimmer all over my eye. I love all colors, but orange right now is like making my heart go pit pat, you know? Making my little heart sing. Now we're going to go into the 2 shadows that I've hit pan on. Let me do the one that kind of needs more explaining. Kezi, which was rolled in last month, but I scraped out enough product to where it would fill up the pan in my brown sugar palette, where Chai is. I knew that I could just scrape to the bottom and get enough product to fill up the pan for Chai. So I did that. I would have either have not been using Chai or not been using this shade. I would have been using one or the other. So I figured I would just scrape out enough product to do a makeup experiment with Chai. If I don't hit pan again in that Chai-Z shade in brown sugar, then I owe you like another pan or something. Like, then this doesn't count if I don't hit pan on the Chai-Z shade in brown sugar. Do you know what I mean? I hope it makes sense, and I hope you understand why I did that. The other pan that I hit is, you could probably guess, in my Morphe palette. I was thinking I was going to hit pan in You Fancy last month. Also, I was thinking I was going to hit pan on this sooner this month. I still had to use it 7 times to hit pan on it. I just stabbed that shadow. So I finally hit pan on You Fancy May 10th. So I used this a lot in early May. I used it 2 more times just for fun. So I could potentially use up this shadow, I think. But for now, I'm just gonna relax. I'm free of shades that look similar to this. You know, I'm done with Thank You Next. I'm done with You Fancy. I've had a shadow that looks like this since the beginning of this project, and I love the way that it looks. Like, I used it willingly after I hit pan on it, but I am ready to take a little break from it. I usually don't have any desires or wishes for the shadows that roll in. I kind of just have no desires and wishes, and then I'm happy with whatever I get because I have no expectations. I have 3 very colorful mattes in my project, and the other one is a black basically. I am hoping for a shimmer. So the video I made, I reorganized my eyeshadows in a spreadsheet. So everything's ordered differently now, and I have a different number of shadows now too. Is my hair stupid? My minimum's going to be 1. My max is going to be 261. Let me do 2 shadows. 96, 147. Ooh, 96 is from Berries and Cream. Okay, I got 2 shimmers. Oh my god, my wishes. Let me get them for you really quick. I am so happy. So 96 is actually this shadow, Honey Dipped, which is like a golden shimmer metallic. I'll have to double check, but look. So I'm so happy Honey Dipped is in the project. It's going to go really well with more neutrally looks I decide to do. And the other one, Tron, is this shadow. So that's pretty fun. I'm already loving the swatches. It's raining right now, so I can't go out and take a photo of the swatches like I usually do. Okay, so there are my shadows. I tried to do it from newest to oldest, but I kind of messed up the order. I think San and Like It's Hot. I have shadow all of my fingers. San and Like It's Hot are the oldest. Garnet Glam and Rise and Grind are like in the middle, and these I just rolled in. The amount of room on my phone is about to reach its limit, so I'm just going to say bye and I hope you have a good day. Those colors are so pretty. I am so happy with what was rolled in, and I can't wait to see you next month and give you an update then as well. I hope you like the other video I make. Watch out for it in the next couple of weeks. It is definitely a little strange. I'm so happy. Look it, look it, look it, look. Okay, goodbye. Hope you have a good one. Goodbye.